Hello everybody, the iLord Root here, and welcome to another game, or another episode rather, of Let's Play Shareware. So, we've got something a little bit interesting here. It may not be licensed by Nintendo. In fact, I'm fairly certain it's not, and I'm not entirely sure if the source code is open. But if you're a Metroid fan like me, then you will probably find this Metroid remake a little bit interesting. This is M2R, or AM2R, another Metroid 2 remake. So I've remapped the controls to play a little bit like Super Metroid, and maybe I'll be asking for a little bit too much by doing that, but we'll see. So we'll go with normal here. This game I always thought didn't get enough justice. I thought that, this game was always sort of overlooked. And, because of that, you know, it's, I don't think a lot of people, you know, really know what it's about. But, oops, there's an enemy there. I'm playing this at its native resolution of 320 by 240, which is probably the smallest resolution I've seen on a game in a while. I like the transitions here, and I'm digging the music for sure. I think so far this is interesting. I think the first Metroid is over here. We'll just see. I think it's going to be an infant. I'm not sure what I think about the power grip being in this game though. The power grip does seem to be a little bit off base. I don't know if it's a good or a bad thing. But, I'm surprised I missed that at all. Yeah, I'm more than certain there's a Metroid in here at a save point. Must be. But, we've got one more Metroid until the lava lowers, and I believe it has to be over here. Now, it could be that... Oh wow, you can wall jump, I rather like that. Maybe my controller is a little bit sticky. Let's see. If I remember correctly, these guys have to be shot from underneath. Yeah, this is an older controller. But, yeah, this is so far shaping up to be pretty nice. As you can see, we've killed the first Metroid, so we now have access to another part of the map. I'm just going to, 10. Which one is 10? I think 10 is start. 4. Interesting. They sure have, they've added in logbooks, that's interesting. One thing that I'm not sure if I like so much is that you know, they have a button for rolling, which, you know, this was released on the Game Boy originally, the original Game Boy. Of course, you only had 2 buttons there. But, that is getting a little bit inconvenient, largely because I'm expecting to use that button to run. Because I'm a big Super Metroid fan, and I prefer that game out of all the Metroid games, with Fusion as a close second. But, yeah, we'll We'll go ahead and save here. Not that it really matters. I mean, I guess it's worth pointing out that, the diagonal shots are worth, looking at. And I can't remember if this game you start with the long beam or not. I think you always have the long beam in Metroid 2, because if you haven't played the original Metroid, you might not know that your beam was originally, limited. Here we've got lava here. We'll just, we will just work with that. I'm narrowly missing some of these enemies because I'm not really paying attention. Well, that was close. Yeah, the controls are reasonably tight though, and I do like the fact that they did add in the wall jump. So we're making a stage transition, it looks like. And there is going to be a save point in here, so I'll go ahead and take advantage of that. One of the things I like about this game is it really did seem like the designer took the time. Oh, I need bombs for that. He took the time, it seems, to really code his own game engine and to make it sort of faithful to the sort of, resolution that maybe the Game Boy would have had. Now, I'm not entirely sure if it's 320 by... what is it, 320 by 240. But I do know it is a 3:4 aspect ratio on the Game Boy, if I'm not mistaken. So it's, not a bad little deal there. And we have a logbook entry. I could go through there and see what's going on in terms of the logbook, but we won't do that. Well, that surprises me a little bit. That looks like a block you could shoot. I mean, I could shoot it all I want. I can shoot any block, but it's not... Whoa. I may be going about this the wrong way. And I keep on forgetting that... Oh, there's the bombs. Some of these doors, they, there's gotta be a way I can do the bomb here. Some of these doors, they, I'm expecting them to take like 5 missiles because, again, I play way too much Super Metroid, or at least I used to, and red doors take 5 missiles in Super Metroid. I think they take 5 missiles in the original Metroid too. But we'll lay our bomb here. And we'll just bomb jump over this thing here. Looks like an energy tank of some kind. Which is going to be very helpful because my controls are a little bit slippery. Not the fault of the game, but probably of my gamepad. I'm expecting there's probably going to be a Metroid in here. Or maybe not. You know, maybe I'm not so bothered by the power grip anymore. I don't necessarily think it was as bad of an inclusion as it could have been. Because otherwise I would have either had to get the spider ball or I would have had to do a bomb jump to get up there. Now these guys are being featured by the speedrun demo archives, which I think is really nifty. They are, of course, I don't think they do tool-assisted runs, but they're pretty cool nonetheless. And I would actually really like to see a scripting engine put into this so that you could do tool-assisted runs very easily. What is that? Spider ball. Let's see. Now, the question is, how do I use this? Because, do I have to go activate it? I probably should have, paid attention to that. The spider ball just may be one of those things that I may never need. It's because they got wall jumping in this game, which the original did not have. Let's see. Do I have to manually turn it on somehow? Oh, it's on. Yeah, that's the thing. Maybe it was... I don't know if it was ever implemented, though. Maybe I have to wall jump. Which I don't mind doing. Wall jumping with this controller is going to be a little bit difficult, but it is doable. So, where are we right now? Looks like we got a beam of some kind. Maybe that's where I need the spider ball. So that is... Maybe I can clip through that, though. I don't really want to try, but then again, this guy's... You know, he is beta testing. We'll try. Although I don't know if... Okay, maybe I have to do something to get that. That seems like a really, different deal going on here. That's where I came from, it looks like. Now, if I could only figure out how that spider ball works, then I think I'll be okay. Isn't there something... This may be where I got the bombs. Yeah, I think this is where I got the bombs from. Now, it's going to be really interesting, though, to see what the classic rules are on this. And apparently, that is where the spider ball is necessary. Let me just see if there is such a deal here. As we have joypad here. Morph is 4. I guess spider ball is not implemented. Oh wait, toggle. There we go. That's more like it. And we'll just save up here. I'm surprised it took me so long to think to check that. But then again, it may not be as necessary. Now for running time, it must be on the other end here, I'll bet you. Oh, there we go. We'll just, there we go. Can that explode? That is the question. I guess maybe that goes away whenever I defeat all the Metroids in the room. That's the only thing I really think to do. Well, I say in the room, by the room, I mean the thingy. Let's take a look at the map. I'm assuming that's either an item down there or it's a Metroid. So we'll... Or no, that's where I got the spider ball from. So I assume they want me to go up here and do my thing. Which would be the only reason why they would put the spider ball down in the first place. And this does, in fact, look like a Metroid room, and I'm gonna... Whoa. I'm just going to assume it is. So that's 3 down. Now, I did have it set to some point to lock. There we go. And you know, I'm actually curious how faithful this is to the original map. It does seem rather faithful. in the sense that I sort of recognize everything. Although one thing I haven't seen are recharge points yet. But they used to hide secrets like this all of the time. And I can only assume from this deal here that you can only have 5 energy tanks, maybe even 4, because of the way these guys are scaled. This should be a pretty decent hint to Nintendo, though. I mean, this was a pretty awesome game, and it's kind of sad that other M's sort of came by and ruined the series for a lot of people. But it's, I think maybe they've learned. I hope they've learned, anyhow, from that mistake. And that's, let's just take a look real quick. We're, oh, there's a tube up there. Those, I imagine, have to be Metroid eggs. You didn't really have a map in the original. You sort of had to do your own, you know, mapping. Or no, those are where items are. That's not Metroid eggs. However, there's a tunnel we didn't explore. And so I think... Oh, that was really cool. I don't know why I didn't do that beforehand. I guess I didn't go down to the bottom of the tunnel like I should have. That looks entirely new here. And I wonder what those blocks could be for. I don't know if they're just decoration or what. But, yeah, it looks like I'm gonna have to use, my spider ball to get up here. Oh, I see. I think I see. Okay, so I only need 1 missile for those. What kind of item is this? That is the ice beam. As anybody who's played Metroid will know, that will help us dispatch Metroids pretty easily. We definitely want to have the ice beam available when we go fight these guys. And the ice beam does about what you'd expect it to. It, you know, basically sets it up to where you, can freeze enemies, and it used to be that the only way you could kill Metroids is by freezing them and then loading them full of missiles. Or what could be in here? This was a room I don't think I was able to explore fully. And that may have been a bad idea. I bet you what I was supposed to do is those guys respawn. Oh, I see. Well, interesting. And hold on, I have a phone call. Sorry about that, I had a coworker call me. I like the blurring effect they have on this menu, by the way. Let's see, what is it? Well, it might help if I actually am focused on the window. Let's see. Maybe I need to approach it like this. I'm sure that there's a faster way to do that, but I'm unaware of any. And I'm not sure that I ever thought of this place as like the Chozo Ruins kind of place. Alright, that's a hidden area there. Okay, so let's take a look at our map. What do we have here? We have an item that is mostly missing. And we have that area near the entrance that we've more or less managed to ignore, so I'm gonna go over there. I wonder if there's the X-ray thing. Ah, there we go. I figured it out. That's an interesting little puzzle there. Now, for good, this should give us like a poor man's screw attack. Or at least that should be the idea. And for those of you who play Prime, the screw attack is not the same thing as the, you may be familiar with the screw attack as the thing that lets you jump indefinitely. That's not it. That's the space jump. Although, you know, I'll test my screw attack hypothesis. That's pretty cool. I like how they have these subtle deals from Super Metroid going on. That is actually really quite nifty. So maybe this is where the other Metroid is. I don't know how much of the map this guy has gotten implemented. But, yeah, this is definitely where another Metroid is, so I'm going to... freeze the sky and, get him taken care of. It seems like a totally different environment here. So it looks like this is definitely a Metroid room. There's no question in my mind that a Metroid has to be in this room. Okay, so you can't freeze the Metroids. Which is a bit sad, I guess. You know, the Metroids are freeze resistant, it looks like. There's a question though, do you switch beams when you move out? Or when you move around? It's a good question. And there goes my, I guess, control over the platform. I guess that again, that's my controller's fault, not the game's. Because this is a fairly old controller. In fact, the cord kind of gets in the way here. It doubles back over the... Okay, that's... I need to get more missiles. Or so it would seem. But there is a save point around here, I think. I don't know if that, I don't know if that grass I was on, those thorns, drained my missiles or not. It looks like it could have been the case, which if it is, that's pretty annoying. But then again, it may have been my own error. Okay, so that's just draining my health. I just waste a lot of my missiles. That's all. And again, it has a lot to do with the fact that my controller is sticking a lot, so it is, yeah, it was definitely me using up all my missiles. That should result in the lava going down, it looks like. Which is pretty, useful for us. That means there's a little subterranean cavern for us to explore. It also means, I believe, that we have gotten everything we can in this area. Now, as you may have known, for instance, if you've played, I believe Fusion has an Omega Metroid in it. There are other kinds of Metroids besides the hatchlings. And believe it or not, they weren't violating canon with that. I guess if there's such a thing as canon in Metroid. I mean, there sort of is. Okay, this guy's new. This must be like, the Chozo test. I don't think I have to worry about this guy setting me on fire anymore. That should pretty much get us to where we want to go. We are now, we're now in this situation to where we are going to descend another level by going down here. There used to be lava here, and you can see there's now a nice little deal here where there's no longer any lava. So a passageway is opened up for us. I bet you this game would actually be pretty fun on a Gravis gamepad. If I had a game port on my computer, I'd hook mine up. But as it stands, the game ports aren't really all that popular anymore. So, let's see where we're at now. Probably there's going to be another Metroid of some kind here. Well, I wasn't expecting that. Yeah, I definitely need to invest in a new controller, I think. Let's see. Yeah, I need to use my spider ball ability here, I think. I don't know if this game quite has the same feel to it as the original did. The original was quite a great bit isolated. I think they did a good job on the music, but there's just something about the original game that is very tense. It doesn't seem like the Metroids are as threatening in this game. But I don't know if that's just due to the fact that the sound is less minimalistic, because I think that is part of the reason it is like that, or at least to some degree. Okay, there is a Metroid over here, I believe. Yeah, there we go. And I don't know if I am equipped presently to deal with it. I think I might need to go back up and do something about that. I tend to remember, though, the ice beam did freeze people. So I wonder what's up with that. Alright. That was not quite what I expected. I forget exactly how many Metroids are in this game. I know it's enough to, you know, I think it's 99, but it's been a while since I've looked at this. So I couldn't tell you on that. There we go, it's just what the doctor ordered. I do like the way the music is remade, though. I mean, despite it not being as, I suppose, as creepy as some of the music that was otherwise in the game. I think they did a pretty good job on the tracks in this game, on some of the remixes. Looks like there's a broken save point. We're supposed to find other stuff here. So there's the real save point. The one that's not broken. The way they did the water in this game is pretty nifty too. Just the texturing, it's got that classic feel to it. Well, I may, if, you know, I don't get very far, I may, what I may do is I may set this up to where it's a 2-part or 3-part series. Alright, where is this guy? And if I do that, then I'll get a better controller, because this controller really isn't doing this game much in the way of justice. At least not in my opinion. I think there must be a tunnel down here somewhere. Oh, completely forgot about that. Oh, I know why this game has a little bit different of a feel to it. It's using the Brenstar music. Now this could be bad for me. I don't really... have much in the way of energy left, and I'm not getting much of it. Although there is this item here. High jump boots. Not bad. Now occasionally there will be these hidden rooms back here. And that is just what I needed. Or maybe one of these guys up here will let me in. Well, my guess is that that's the way in there. I think this is another game, though, with the spring ball. Which would be useful if that's the case. What else do we got down here? We got, whatever this is over here. And hidden robots, it looks like. Yeah, definitely need a controller that's not so sticky. Not that I'm blaming the controller for anything. But it does make it a little bit difficult to not get killed by some of these enemies. Maybe I need to do like that. Ah, I see. And that seems to completely refill my missiles, which is rather nice. I guess we'll be seeing before too long how this reacts to going over 100. Or, in fact, if it's possible for us to get that. My guess is maybe or maybe not. But, there we go. See, there's always a trick with Metroid. You always have little secrets like that, even though this isn't the, by far Nintendo's Metroid. But I'd say it's a close approximation. And I'll be interested to see to what degree this game supports sequence breaking. Oh, hold on a minute, there's something over there that interesting. I guess that's for getting back up if you don't have the deal. And by the deal, I mean the high jump boots. Ah, there we go. So we're at 90 now. And we've still got 5 Metroids to go after. Which could or could not be a problem. But since I have an idea of where the save point's at, that may not be such a bad idea. And of course we got this guy to worry about here. I'm just going to rest secure in the knowledge that these guys cannot get up to me. That's another weird input bug here as well, with respect to the deal. It was in the original game too that if you you could hold down the button on the spider ball and move in ways you weren't quite supposed to. Now, there is this sort of, you know, I'm not quite sure how to put it actually. There's this, or used to be rather, this, cave somewhere around here that, like, you were flooded with X-rays so you couldn't see anything. Or at least that's how the game, or people, I guess, who played a lot of the game described it. But yeah, that's another thing that this game didn't have either, is the gravity suit. The gravity suit, for the uninitiated, is this feature in Super Metroid that allows you to move around in water freely. So it looks like there are areas where we can't spider ball and we can't do other things we want to. Like wall jump. And yeah, spider ball mechanisms. I'm pressing back right now. It's that's one of the unfortunate things about the way the spider ball works, is that you can be going the complete opposite direction and be spider balling in the wrong direction because of that. Okay, I don't know why I did that. That was obviously the wrong way for me to go. I'm gonna have to be careful here because we do have this one guy coming to get us, which I think we killed. I'll try to not make such a stupid mistake this time. So let's just get up here and spend our 90 missiles on this Metroid because my controller sucks. Now, these may actually be beta Metroids at this point. The beta Metroids are a little bit bigger. But normally, when you see a beta Metroid, you'd see, oh, what was I going for? When you see a beta Metroid, you'd see, this still going on, where the dude would grow. You very rarely, until you're in the later level at least, you don't usually see them just sort of out in the wild. Now that's interesting. Is that... it's just another way in. About over here, maybe there's a secret. A secret leading to nowhere. But, yeah, we got a fair bit going on here. In fact, there may be something hidden down here, although I seriously doubt it. Let's just take a look at our map real quick and see if there does happen to be anything down here that we might want to look at. Maybe not. And I think this is where we needed the high jump boots, because we couldn't wall jump up there. We got a little bit of lag there. Not too much, though. And, we do happen to have a fairly decent deal going on here, it looks like. Now, this has to be a Metroid room because of the way the blocks are laid out. There we go. Maybe I'm getting a little bit more efficient with this. But, who knows? I mean, I could be still being very wasteful. But so far, I mean, I'd rather think of this as a success rather than a failure. It's not going to be a failure until, you know, we get until the later parts of the game. Or when I get trapped here, this might be, the place that kills me. just because my controller may not be able to handle the input all that well. I mean, maybe if nothing else, I'll take it apart and see if maybe there's maybe some way that I can make the buttons on a little bit more springy. Okay, so I'm averaging about 30 missiles per Metroid, which I'm not too terribly sure if I like that. It's a rather dismal thing going on there. However, I do believe that there must be a secret of some kind here. Because I mean, there's a circle there, and that usually means there's a secret. But then again, you never tell with some of these games. Now, where are the... I could use these guys to farm items if they were in here. Let's get to more stable ground here. This guy has me pretty well trapped. Yeah, I need to restock, which might have been possible. Yep, I got killed. Well, I think this is probably a good place to stop for now, but I might continue to play this. Starting back here, we're going to go redo that Metroid. At any rate, this has been Root, and I will see you later.